My name is Pete Sexton. I'm the supervisor of the Southeast Research Farm, and I wanted to share some information with you about hybrid rye. We've been raising hybrid rye for a few years now, and we've had good luck with it. It shows a lot of potential. Our yields in our poor places where it hasn't been the optimum for it, we got about 105 bushel per acre. We're in a little better conditions, we get 120 bushel per acre. And it's quite an improvement over open pollinated rye. We've been raising open pollinated rye for about 10 years, and we get a yield of about 65 bushel per acre on a good year on a production scale with the open pollinated rye, whereas the hybrid rye we're expecting more like 120 bushel per acre. And just by way of example, this is Tayo. This is a hybrid line. You can see it's shorter stature. In comparison over here, this is Ryman, which is an older open pollinated line. And you can see it's shorter, less likely to lodge. It tillers better, so we've got more heads per square foot here. This doesn't tiller as much, it's more likely to fall over, and also doesn't have the level of disease resistance that the newer lines do. So these lines have almost no ergot in our studies, whereas the older open pollinated lines, because their flowering is spread out over a longer period of time, they're more susceptible to ergot, and we see more ergot issues in the open pollinated materials. The rye has advantages for us, not just in terms of the rye yield and production, but also it has advantage in terms of diversifying our rotation. It's very competitive with weeds. It's more winter hardy than winter wheat. It has fewer disease issues than winter wheat. It matures a little earlier, a little bit ahead of winter wheat, so we have more time for a cover crop that we could graze with it. From an agronomic point of view, the hybrid rye looks like a real win. The issue that needs to be resolved with it more is one of marketing. We've done research trials at this farm using it as a feed grain for cattle and for hogs, and I can't go into all the details there. That's not my specialization, but I can say it's been proven to be useful as long as it's not overused for hogs and for cattle. I would refer you to Bob Toller for the hogs information, and Zach Smith for the information on, and Warren Rushi for information on feeding it to beef cattle. But it seems to have a place there in the feed use. So we're very hopeful for it, and we think probably in the long run what we'll be looking at is a situation where a person plants a little bit earlier maturing soybean line, try to get the rye in, hopefully by the 3rd week or maybe 4th week of September, and it would have a niche there.